Have you ever been mistaken for a celebrity's bodyguard at a Buffalo Wild Wings? Last month, I stopped at Buffalo Wild Wings after my kickboxing class. I was wearing all black, compression pants, a tank top, and I hadn't showered yet. My hair was in a tight bun, and I probably looked intimidating. Whatever. I just wanted boneless wings. I'm sitting at the bar scrolling through my phone when this guy in designer sunglasses and a baseball cap walks in. He's got that trying not to be noticed vibe that actually makes you more noticeable. He sits 2 seats away from me, orders a beer, and keeps glancing around nervously. Then a group of college kids spots him. One girl gasps loudly and whispers to her friends. They're all staring and pulling out phones. The guy tenses up. That's when one of the girls approaches me instead of him. Excuse me, can we get a photo with him? We'll be super quick. I blink. With who? She gestures toward the guy. We know you're working, but we're huge fans. Just one picture? Oh no. She thinks I'm his bodyguard. The guy is watching this interaction with growing panic. Before I can correct her, he gives me this desperate pleading look. For some inexplicable reason, I make a split-second decision to play along. He's off duty right now, I say in my most authoritative voice. He's trying to enjoy a private meal. The girl's face falls. We understand. Sorry to bother you. She returns to her table and they're all whispering excitedly about how he has a bodyguard. The guy visibly relaxes. He leans over slightly. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. No problem, though I have no idea who you are. He looks genuinely relieved. Perfect. Can we keep it that way? Deal. We go back to our respective phones and wings. I assume that's the end of it. Then another group approaches. This time it's 3 guys in fraternity shirts. Yo, is that really him? One asks me. I channel every bouncer I've ever seen at a club. Guys, he's eating. Give him some space. Can we just get an autograph? Not tonight. They actually back off. The guy, whoever he is, mouths thank you again. This happens 4 more times over the next 30 minutes. Each time I turn people away with various professional sounding excuses. I'm fully committed to this bit now. A manager eventually approaches me. Ma'am, we appreciate you keeping things calm, but we can't have you acting as unofficial security. It's a liability issue. Totally understand, I say. The guy overhears and immediately stands up. She's with me. We'll just get our food to go. He pays both our tabs before I can protest, and we end up standing outside in the parking lot with takeout bags. I'm really sorry about all that, he says, finally taking off the sunglasses. I'm Damien. I'm on a reality show about house flipping. Season 3 just dropped and apparently I'm having a moment. I'm Riley. I teach kickboxing and know nothing about house flipping shows. He laughs. That's probably why you were so convincing. Actual bodyguards are usually more polite. We end up sitting on the tailgate of my truck eating wings and talking. He tells me about how weird his life got after the show aired. I tell him about the time I accidentally knocked out my own reflection shadowboxing. So you actually could be a bodyguard, he says. You've got the intimidation factor and the complete lack of professional training. Minor detail. We exchange numbers. He makes me promise to watch his show. I make him promise to never actually hire me as security. Over the next few weeks, we start texting. He sends me clips from his show. I send him videos of my kickboxing fails. He invites me to the season finale watch party. Fair warning, he says. Actual security will be there. Don't show them up. The party is at some rooftop venue downtown. I show up in a black dress, hair down, completely different from the Buffalo Wild Wings look. Damien doesn't recognize me at first. When he does, he nearly spits out his drink. Riley, you clean up nice. I also sometimes shower after workouts. Wild concept. The real bodyguard, a massive guy named Sterling, comes over. Damien introduces us. Sterling, this is Riley. She accidentally became my bodyguard at Buffalo Wild Wings last month. Sterling looks at me skeptically. You got people to back off? I was sweaty and mean looking. Very effective. Huh, Sterling says. We're hiring if you're interested. I absolutely am not. But then Sterling offers me a ridiculous amount of money for occasional weekend work. Apparently looking intimidating is a marketable skill. Now I sometimes work celebrity events as additional security. It pays way better than teaching kickboxing. The best part is I still have no idea who most of these people are. Last week, I was guarding someone at a movie premiere. A fan asked me, do you know who that is? Nope. Does he know you don't know? Probably. She laughed and walked away. Damien thinks it's hilarious that I've become an actual bodyguard. You created a whole new career by accident, he said last time we grabbed food at a Buffalo Wild Wings. The most dignified origin story. We're still friends. Sometimes we go back to that same Buffalo Wild Wings. People occasionally recognize him, but mostly leave us alone. I think they're intimidated by my wing eating intensity. Last night, he got approached by someone asking for a photo. I started to go into bodyguard mode, but he waved me off. I'm off duty tonight. Bodyguard's eating. The guy laughed and left us alone. You don't need to protect me anymore, Damien said. I know, but old habits die hard. He raised his beer. To accidental bodyguards and mistaken identities. To overpriced wings and random acts of intimidation. We clinked bottles. Somewhere in this Buffalo Wild Wings, someone probably thinks I'm guarding someone important. Close enough.